Hello everyone, so today we're gonna talk about RAID, or also known as Redundant Array of Independent Disks. Let me first define what is RAID. So RAID is a virtual disk technology that combines multiple physical drives into one unit. It can create redundancy, improve performance, or do both. RAID should not be considered as a replacement for backing up your data. There are many types or levels of RAID. So today I'm only gonna talk about RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 3, and RAID 5. So now let's proceed to RAID 0. So RAID 0 provides disk stripping without parity information. The data is written by segment across multiple disks sequentially until the array is reached. So, nagpo-provide ito ng greater logical disk capacity na may mas mabilis na access time on RAID. So, how to install RAID 0 on our PC? So, first is access RAID controller configuration utility. Dito is restart lang natin yung server. Then, during the boot process, may makikita tayo na nag-indicate ng key to press to enter the RAID controller config utility. Next is to create RAID 0 array. Once na nandun na tayo sa RAID config utility, ilocate lang natin yung option na we can create a RAID array. So, now, mapupunta na tayo sa post-installation config. So, dito, installed na yung RAID sa ating PC. So, you may need to install drivers then for RAID controller to ensure the optimal performance. And of course, we need to verify or now let's proceed to verification. Dito is after installation, i-verify natin kung nagpo-function ba yung RAID 0 na dinownload natin. So, open the disk management so you can find it in the server manager under storage. Then, you should see the RAID 0 volume listed, showing the combined capacity of the drives in the array. If hindi mo nakita to, ibig sabihin, hindi siya successfully downloaded on your PC. There are complications or reasons why hindi siya nag-install. Let's proceed to RAID 1. RAID 1, sa RAID 1 naman it provides fault tolerance by using disk memory. It provides fault tolerance by using disk mirroring, also called shadowing. So, sa RAID 1, with its mirroring capabilities, kaya nitong mag-provide ng robust solution for ensuring data redundancy and high availability. So, nag-offer ito ng several advantages in terms of data protection, reliability, ease of setup, and read performance. How to install it on our PC? First is to prepare the RAID array. Same process as the first one. Susundin lang natin siya. Of course, access RAID controller config utility during the system boot process. So this typically done by pressing a key like F2, delete, or another key specified by your hardware. Next is to select the drives you want to include in the RAID 1 array and configure them appropriately. Next is to configure Windows Server 2008. So dito, ida-download lang natin yung Windows 2008 sa ating PC. And of course, we need to create new Windows para doon natin i-install yung RAID 1. Next is to verify the RAID 1 configuration. After natin ma-install si Windows Server 2008, we can verify that the RAID array is functioning correctly by opening the disk management utility. So, i-right click lang natin yung computer or My Computer and then select Manage. And then doon is we can navigate the disk management. So sa disk management, you should see the RAID 1 array listed as single disk with the appropriate size and status. Then also perform additional tests such as copying files and from the RAID 1 array to ensure that the data is being mirrored properly between the drives. Now let's proceed to RAID 3. So RAID 3, sa RAID 3, it is a standard that uses stripping at the byte level and stores dedicated parity bits on a separate disk drive. So like RAID 2, RAID 3, and RAID 3, nagre-require ito ng special controller na nag-allow for the synchronized spinning of all disks. So how to install RAID 3 on our PC? So first, we need to install the hardware RAID controller. If the RAID controller is not already installed, install lang natin to sa ating server. And then, boot into RAID configuration utility. So, during the server boot process, nasabi ko na rin to kanina, may pipindutin lang tayong key combination, yung Control R, Control M, or similar depending on the RAID controller. Then, after that, initialize and format the RAID volume. So, once the RAID array is created, exit na lang tayo sa RAID config utility and boot into Windows Server 2008. Go to disk management and then in here we can access the disk management by right-clicking computer or my computer and then select manage. Then navigate disk management under storage. So, dito, dapat makita na natin yung RAID volume listed. So, i-right-click lang natin yung unallocated space of the RAID volume and then select New Simple Volume. So, i-follow lang natin yung wizard format and then, mag-assign lang tayo ng drive letter. So, of course, after that, we need to test if it's actually installed on our PC. Ensure that it functions as expected. We need to perform read-write tests, simulating drive failures, and verifying data integrity. And the last one is the RAID 5. So RAID 5 is composed of multiple disks, typically tatlo or mas marami. The data is divided into blocks and striped across all the drives in the array, with each drive storing a portion of every block. Alongside the data blocks, yung RAID 5 also, it calculates parity information, which is distributed across the drives. So, yung parity schemes na to is, ina-ensure niya na walang single drive na nag-hold ng lahat ng parity information. So, how to install RAID 5 on our PC? Una is we need to configure RAID 5 using RAID controller. So, nabanggit ko na rin to kanina, which is during the boot process, may pipindutin lang tayo na key combination, yung Control plus R or Control plus S. Then, select the physical drive you want to include in the RAID 5 array. You need a minimum of 3 drives for RAID 5. So after that, we need to insert the Windows Server 2008 installation media into server's optical drive or use a bootable USB drive. When prompted, press any key to boot from the installation media. And continue with the installation process. Following the prompts to configure language settings, enter key products, and choose the installation type and specify other preference. So after Windows Server 2008 is installed and configured, kailangan na natin i-install yung device drivers specific to our RAID controller, which is RAID 5. So to ensure na nagpa-function siya talaga, we can configure disk management, and create partitions or format volumes within Windows Server 2008 to check if it's actually functioning or working. So that would be all.